Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Ashley Brooke. She was in one movie for sure. She is rumored to have been in a porn movie 9 years later, but I don't think this is accurate. It really doesn't look like the same girl. Ashley was in the R-rated crime film Demented Death Farm Massacre, often labeled as a horror comedy in a feeble attempt to make people watch it. This movie has a peculiar history. It fits because this is a peculiar movie. It was originally released in 1971 by the title Honey Britches. It had a very limited release. This was the second of 3 movies by independent filmmaker Don Davison and filmed in Alpharetta, Georgia. So a lot of what you see is actually authentic Southern stuff. Don produced and directed it, and his wife, Barbara, wrote the script. It's a bit surprising this was written by a woman, because women weren't treated at all well in this movie. To be fair, the whole movie was about showing people at their worst. The movie was retitled To Shantytown Honeymoon. There was no shantytown in this movie, and there was absolutely no honeymoon. Honestly, the titles to this movie stink. I can see why people avoided watching this movie. The titles didn't really have much to do with the story. Other names for this movie over the years have included Honey Pie, Hillbilly Hooker, and Little Whorehouse on the Prairie. These were directly misleading, because there is absolutely no prostitution in the movie, and the only hillbilly girl in it is actually the movie's only redeeming character. Pretty shameless promotion. The movie is a bit more legitimate than some of the titles would imply. Legendary B-movie producer Fred Olen Ray bought the movie. He recut the movie, added several new scenes of John Carradine talking, which added nothing to the film but Carradine's name power, and retitled it to Demented Death Farm Massacre. Now, I don't think this is a great movie title either, but it's certainly a lot more fitting and the best one it ever had. Everything the title claims is true. It is pretty demented. There is a lot of death. It's on a farm. And it ends up being a massacre with just one shapely survivor, Ashley Brooke. Under this new title, Fred Olen Ray sold it to Troma in 1986 for a good profit. Troma, in turn, released it on video a number of times. As it stands, the movie, in this form, has a cult following. To be sure, Demented Death Farm Massacre is not a good movie. It just isn't. But there are a few highlights, the best of which is Ashley Brooke herself, as the hillbilly heroine, Reba Sue Craven. The original cut of the movie made more sense, because Ray cut out some stuff that made the story more coherent. Plus, I can't state enough how John Carradine's little bits had no bearing on the film, and I really like that guy as an actor. In the Troma version that is better known to audiences, things sometimes happen from one moment to another that do not connect. In the opening credits of the Troma version, Ashley's name is presented as Ashley Brooks. In the closing credits, which you can tell was from the original film, her last name is spelled without the S. Reba Sue, a knockout hillbilly dream girl, is trapped in a loveless marriage with an older man. Her husband, Horlin, is a hypocritical religious fanatic who makes his money selling moonshine, but he's clearly not above doing other illegal things to make a buck. He's just a bad person, and he's interested in any woman that's not his wife. Horlin is a real creep. He treats Reba like dirt and has no redeemable qualities whatsoever. Along come 4 jewel thieves from the city. For some reason, the leader has an English accent, so that makes him the bright one. Okay. The 2 guys have 2 women. Both of the women are wastes of space. Real stupid. where the short one is kind of likable. The tall, Amazon-looking woman is a real B-word. She looks good, though, and is played by Pepper Thurston. Everything is okay between the city folk and the hillbillies. Sort of. Until the hill people find out their guests are jewel thieves. After that, things just go from bad to worse. The guy who is second in command of the jewel thieves rapes Reba Sue, then tries to talk her into leaving with him with promises of big money and purty things. Horland wouldn't have cared if he did find out, because he just wanted the diamonds for himself. That was all that was on his mind. Reba Sue is a likable character. She's friendly and not too bright, but that just comes from being sheltered and ignorant. Reba certainly isn't retarded or stupid. Quite frankly, she needed to get out of her life situation. By the end of the movie, everyone else is dead but Horland and Reba. He goes on and on about how he's going to take the diamonds for himself and become a rich big shot, leaving Reba in the dirt. Considering his violent nature, Reba may have even suspected Horland was going to kill her. You can tell she's thinking about it for a while. Then she shoots Horland dead. We are led to believe she leaves with the jewels and has a happy life for a change. It's one of the more satisfying endings you get in these exploitation flicks. Most of the acting is pretty bad. It seems like a lot of the people involved were either not into it or just not very talented. Ashley Brooke is about the only cast member who appears to like the character she's playing. You root for Reba Sue and feel some sympathy for the character. There was some legitimate acting talent there. Ashley Brooke had the looks and the likability to do more as an actress. What stopped her? Was it a lack of interest on her part? Or did she just not catch a break? At any rate, she was a standout in this otherwise weird movie, and a healthy, corn-fed, honey britches of a babe of the day, babe of the day.